dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. I want to go ahead and say thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I definitely encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. This week, and I don't like saying the like warning and stuff like that, because it's kind of like, oh no, it's gonna go. No, nothing like that. This week you are encouraged, let's put it this way, to utilize the tools that you have at your disposal to stay organized and to stay on top of things. There is this energy of like almost forgetting certain things. And it's not necessarily anything that's going to be huge or anything like that, but it can be maybe missing an appointment or maybe missing a deadline or something like that. So if you know that you have something very important going on in this week or the following week that you cannot miss, make sure that you put it in your calendar, whether it's on your phone, whatever calendar you use or whatever it is, whatever tools you use. But there is a need to kind of like utilize tools. Like, yes, it's great to use our minds, obviously, but sometimes there are certain weeks or certain times where there are that much, right? There's that much going on that, this is why these tools are available. So just kind of like keep an eye on that, because it's almost like you may remember that you were supposed to meet somebody up for coffee an hour after you were supposed to meet them, or when they text you or call you. So just try to stay as organized as possible, because it's almost like some of you are either doing more this week or have taken in more responsibility. And again, guys, these are general readings, so this can be at work, any area of your life, love, home, whatever it is. But by taking more responsibility or taking more task, there is a greater chance, right, until you get used to it, or until it becomes normalized, or until it becomes second nature, to forget certain things, or to become more forgetful about other things that need to be done. So just that's basically the gist of it for you guys, to be honest with you. Making sure, like, before you leave the house, that you have everything that you need, because it's like I pick up this energy of like somebody coming in and out of the house like at least 3 or 4 times before actually leaving, because they continue to forget something. Never allow yourself to get to a point where you feel rushed, right? If you know that you're not a morning person and this week you have to go in earlier, or this week you have to do whatever, then go to bed earlier. Set an extra alarm, wake up an extra 20 minutes, whatever it is that you have to do. I mean, for everybody is different, and yeah, there's going to be days that no matter how much you plan, you're not going to hear the alarm, right? But even if you don't hear the alarm, like, don't rush through doing everything. Like, if you woke up and you're 10 minutes late, like, hit up your boss and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be about 20 minutes late. Even if you know you're only going to be 10 or 15 minutes late, give yourself that extra time so that you can kind of just like, okay, we got this. Everything's going to be fine. Instead of trying to just rush and make it to work, like, you know what I mean, like 2 minutes late. Things happen, and it is what it is at the end of the day. But that's mainly like the thing for you. So just be prepared this week, as much as you possibly can, so that you are not forgetting, right? So like for me personally, like what's on Tuesdays and Thursdays I do spin class, right? So after I'm done with my morning routine and after I'm done with everything, I usually like an hour or so before spin class, I make sure I have my shoes in my bag, my towel, my water, all of that stuff, so that when it's time for me to go, I'm not rushing looking for all of these things, right? So I prepare that ahead of time and I leave it ready. Honestly, I usually do it. I usually do it like the day before, or like the last, like, okay, so let's say if I go to spin on a Tuesday, when I get home, I take out the towel that I use and I replace it with a new one. I wipe down everything and then I hand the bag. So the only thing that I have to remember on Thursday when I go back is to grab my water bottle. So it's almost kind of like that thing. So it's like, instead of leaving everything for last minute, try to get a little bit more organized this week so that you can stay on top of things. And I do apologize for the noise in the background. The kids are home. So let's go ahead and let's pull out 3 tarot cards. So we have the 6 of Cups in the reverse, the 4 of Swords in the reverse, and then the 4 of Cups in the reverse. So all of your cards are in the reverse, and it's almost kind of like the more organized you are this week, the more emotionally stable you're going to feel. The more that you're going to feel you're in control. Let's put it this way. Because when you forget something or when you miss something, that does ultimately, let's put it this way, spirals you into this energy where you start to talk down to yourself. You start to question yourself, like, oh, how could I be so, whatever the dialogue is for you personally. So in order to avoid yourself from falling into that space again, right, falling into that dialogue again, there is a need that it's, it's a very practical and simple thing. Get organized. Get as much as you can organized ahead of time so that then you're not missing or you're not running late. Because again, the energy does seems to be a little bit, you are doing a little bit more, you're taking on a little bit more responsibility. And that can make you feel like you're being rushed. So let's go ahead and let's pull out an oracle card. Now, this can be confirmation to the reading. This can be your advice or something that you need to be made aware of that you're not seeing clearly. It's almost kind of like, and I don't know why this came in. Like how when you get sick or the kids get sick or whatever it is, and you go ahead to get like, Tylenol, whatever you use, or tea or whatever, and then you go ahead and you see that you don't have it, and it's like now you have to run out and get it. It's almost like, okay, next time you go grocery shopping or you go whatever, like, personally, I don't just check for food. I check to see what we have in stock, right? Do we need vitamins? Do we need tea? Do we need herbs? Do we need Tylenol? Do we need Zyrtec? And I always make sure that I have, if I have an open bottle, I always make sure that I have a closed one, right? So I always have an extra, because if the kids get sick, either or, it's kind of like I don't want to have to be running out while they're sick or while I'm sick to go out and get something. So that's what I'm talking about, like getting prepared or being organized, right? Making sure that you have everything that you need. The apples, number 4. To taste, one must swallow it whole, and beneath the satin flames hides drowning waters. So there is a sense here. It's like, give me a second. It has to come to me. The whole thing needs to come to me. There is a sense like, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whether it's this week or in your life, in order for yourself, or in order for you to allow yourself to experience something, or to get somewhere, you have to be able to experience it wholly or completely. So if you're always on this aspect where you're rushing, or you're always trying to catch up, you fail to learn or to experience the calmness, the being on time, the not having to rush, right? So it's like maybe this is a time for you to learn what being on time or being organized is like, and realizing how much more you can accomplish than always trying to catch up, or always trying to, or always being in a rush. Well, guys, that is all that I have for you for this week. As always, thank you for all your love and support. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Mwah! Love you all. Bye-bye.